the footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. That's Emery Hunt, the Zardo Playbook, and I'm Tyler Merkovich, bringing you our 2010 season preview for the San Diego Chargers. And do they finish up season strong? They won 11 in a row last year. They always typically finish very strong. They started 2-3, and despite the horrible run game, 31st in the NFL, and they were very banged up on the offensive line, they still got it done until the playoffs, which they disappointed. A couple missed field goals. Headlines are LT out, Antonio Cromartie out, was this be Merriman and Sproles last year, McNeil and Vincent Jackson unhappy with A.J. Smith not getting their money in the lot with the lockout looming. So this is Rivers' reign, and can Norv Turner win the big one? Rivers, an amazing 46-18 career as a starter. Clarence Shellman is their offensive coordinator, but you know Norv Turner calls a lot of shots, and they moved way up in the draft to get Fresno running back Ryan Matthews. He'll get the bulk of the carries. Of course, they'll keep Sproles in his normal role, and Mike Tolbert, pretty underrated fullback, and Jacob Hester, very versatile. So what do you think? Rivers is a shoe-in for production, but what do you think about their new run game?
Yeah, I love the new run game. Ryan Matthews got it as a total package, can run, can catch, can block. So that's what you need back there. That's how you replace a guy like LT. He's going to fill his shoes. He's going to try his best to fill his shoes, but he's a guy that has a lot of speed, a lot of vision, runs with some purpose.
One cut back,
and runs and breaks tackles too. Breaks on tackles. Reminds me a lot of Pierre Thomas for the Saints with a little bit more speed. Sproles is a guy you can't do without. Tremendous player for the Chargers. Hester is another guy that's versatile, one back. But Rivers is an elite quarterback. I think Rivers is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's top 5 in my opinion. I love his fiery attitude. I love the fact that he's not afraid. He's not scared. Fearless guy, takes his shots down the field. Rivers is a future Hall of Fame in my book.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll admit it. Like, I had problems with his release and everything, but he's just a gamer. He's got the attitude, and he's got the weapons still, which is a big vital role. And Ryan Matthews, by the way, he loved LT, and now he's just in that role. He wore number 21 at Fresno, so he's got the life right now in San Diego, beautiful city. Offensive line, unbelievable. All these guys had ankle injuries last year, and they could not stay healthy. They missed a lot of games, could not find cohesion. That's what led to the 31st rushing game, shade over 88 yards per game there. Marcus McNeil, left tackle, of course, we know how good he is out of Auburn. Dielman, Hardwick, the center, is back from injury. Luis Vasquez, second year, he third rounder out of Texas Tech last year, so he's still a young guy. And Jeremy Clary. What do you think of their O-line? I
like their O-line. They have a lot of depth. The thing is, like you mentioned, they got to be healthy. I love the tackles. I love the interior offensive line. If they can stay healthy, this is one of the better O-lines in the NFL, especially in the AFC. But the health is important. They have to maintain that unit, that cohesive unit for 16 games. And to jump on their wide receivers, they all about 6'5".
Oh, yeah.
So the big
I know you wanted to get to that before me.
Big 6'5" guys.
You're foaming at the mouth talking about this unit.
And I'm also foaming at the mouth thinking about this undrafted free agent that could make the squad. Jeremy Williams out of Tulane. A guy that is versatile, can also... He ran a lot of end arounds for Tulane. Not the fastest, but he catches the football. They still bust it out on Buster Davis. They still wait for him to be what they drafted. But the receivers, Vincent Jackson, what can you say about him? Antonio Gates, future Hall of Famer, and Malcolm Floyd, another big guy out there as well.
Absolutely. And Chris Wilson, not a bad backup, but they lose Brandon Maluna. That guy was pretty productive. Legadou Nene is going to step in as one of the third receivers, and Craig Davis. So hopefully after Floyd and Jackson, they'll have a little more production, but they don't need it with Sproles, Gates, and V-Jacks. So they're loaded. And they were 27 sacks allowed. As banged up as they were, they're great pass blocking, and Rivers gets rid of the ball. Defensive side of the ball, Ron Rivera finally getting his job. This guy should have been a coordinator way earlier than he was, running the 3-4. Gone is Jamal Williams, though. So they're going to rely on Ogemdi Nwagbo or Cameron Thomas. They moved up in the draft to get all these guys in the 5th round. Might be a steal out of North Carolina. And then the other guys, Ryan Bingham out of Nebraska. He's going to play DN. He could play maybe inside sometimes. Luis Castillo and Jacques Cesaire also on the DN line. Playing DN. So what do you think about this front three without Jamal Williams now? Well, he was injured last year, so.
But that's why Ryan Bingham is a guy I like to keep an eye on. And also Cam Thomas is going to be a tremendous playmaker. Guy that, bringing him out of Carolina was pretty huge. Really, he had a lot of disruption at the Senior Bowl, so that's a good pick for those guys. Linebacker-wise, What more can you say about Lights Out?
Oh yeah, they got a bunch of linebackers.
I like the rookie Donald Butler out of
I was
Washington.
going to say, I am really on this guy. This is a steal, 79th overall, third round. So he's probably going to be better than who they picked in the first round. Larry English last year was still not that good. Yeah, not too good a rookie year. This might be Merriman's last year. They have Seiler, they have Cooper on the inside, and Sean Phillips, of course, on the outside also.
Seiler is a tremendous player, and Merriman, since he's in the contract year, expect to see the best out of Merriman as you did when he was a rookie. And English has to step up. I like English a lot, don't get me wrong, but English has to step up, and that's why they drafted him in the first round. But I think this year will be the year he breaks out. But their linebackers are fast, athletic. Seiler is the guy that's going to be a star. Butler is the guy to keep an eye on.
Oh yeah, watch out for Butler. This guy is going to make an impact. If not this year, definitely next year.
Right.
Donald Butler is going to be a solid pro. Question marks in the secondary. I know Antonio Cromartie was unproductive, but they lose him. But now they're going to go with Antoine Cason. I liked him out of college. We'll see what happens now. He gets a full-time role. Quentin Jammer seems like he's been there forever. He's pretty good, not the best. And safety, a lot of question marks now. Kevin Ellison out the door, did not pass his physical. He's off the team, and now they still might have to pay him. So A.J. Smith, very salty about that. They drafted Darrell Stuckey out of Kansas, 4th-round pick. Eric Weddle, he's okay to me. I mean, he's got more potential, I think. He has not really brought it out. And Paul Oliver, they got in the supplemental draft a couple of years ago, so they really need to find some real cohesion in the secondary.
I like the safeties. I like Weddle a lot. Weddle is a guy that's a heat-seeking missile, and I also like the fact that Stuckey was a guy that was a ball hawk at Kansas, so bringing him in is going to help out that defense a lot. And then also drafted, in case Cason falters, they bring in Vasher from the Bears, so that's going to be key. Vasher's going to play nickel.
That's a good pickup.
That's a good pickup for those guys. And you also look at Cason, smooth, athletic cornerback. Perfect compliment to Jammer. Jammer's a guy that's physical and also help out run support. Any Texas cornerback is going to be helping out in run support. So I like their secondary. I think
they must know something we don't know.
Right.
They're getting rid of A. Crow like that so fast.
Yeah, so I think they're ready. I think they're going to be solid. It's all whether or not those guys get pressure on the quarterback up front.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. The rush defense was a problem. Pass defense a little better. Let's see if they can stay consistent.
Right.
Maybe they might be a flip-flop, but who knows. Special teams, Steve Crosby is their coordinator. Kicker, Nate Kading, 87.2 regular season percentage, best in NFL history, but he killed them in the playoffs. So many kickers killed their teams last year. He missed 3 against the Jets. That killed him. Mike Cyphers is a sick punter. And, of course, in the return game, they got Darren Sproles, both punt return and kick return. They were 22nd in punt return, which could improve, but 22.9 kick return average, which is good for 14.
I think they're solid in the regular season in special teams. Playoff is what I need to see them. Right. They got to step up in the playoffs in special teams because they will make the playoffs. Their special teams are solid. Caden's a good kid, good kicker, but he has to improve on his playoff performance. Sproles is outstanding in the return game, so they're going to be fine. Special teams wise, but it all depends on Caden, what he does in the postseason.
A lot of pressure on San Diego going in. They're going to finish the season strong. This team is very well-rounded.
Yeah, and that's clearly the class of the AFC West. Everybody's looking up to them. They're going to win the division, I believe, but they're going to make their money. What they do in the playoffs, can they finally break through?
Because there's so much pressure on North Turner now,
right?
Rivers and Kading now,
right?
And special teams, so it's
and their running game.
Who knows? Nothing's a lock or shoe-in when it comes to the NFL, which makes it so great. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or check out our YouTube page at youtube.com/footballgameplan.